So, good day everyone. I am Michelle Marie Diton and we will be talking about Heneral Luna. So, Heneral Luna is a Filipino film that was released September 9, 2015. So, directed by Gerald Tarog. And starring is Mr. John Arcelia as General Antonio Luna. So, General Antonio Luna, the brother of the famous Filipino painter Juan Luna. So, is one of the infamous and respected general of our country who bravely fought for our country against the American. So, this film highlights the life of Antonio Luna as the led that Filipino soldier against America. So, it shows how much courage he had and how much is love for our country. So, set during the Philippine-American War, so General Antonio Luna follows the life of one of the Philippine history's most brilliant soldier, General Antonio Luna. So as he tries to lead his countrymen against colonial master, to rise above their own raging disputes to fulfill the promise of the Philippine Revolution. So, but amidst of this war, the most short-tempered general faces an enemy formidable than the Americans, his fellow countrymen.
I'm Shanna, and my comments about the movie Heneral Luna is that during the start of the film or the movie, it was very powerful and intense that sets the tone of the rest of the film, and that makes the movie interesting, just for me, and makes me want to watch more and makes me eager to finish watching the Heneral Luna. Personally, I do like watching action movies, and this movie is also one. My recommendations and suggestions for this movie is to watch it with an open mind and a willingness to learn, because it is a complex movie, and especially it tackles more about historical and cultural issues, and this movie is just one part of the larger history of the Philippine-American War, and better to research more or read many articles about the movie itself. And it is also a great conversation starter, especially to those people who love talking about the history of the Philippines, and for me it is worth the discussion.
My comment about the film Heneral Luna, there is a significant negative impact of Heneral Luna on the new generation of Filipinos that can be identified. The film has been widely praised for its historical accuracy, cultural significance, and powerful storytelling. However, some critics have raised concerns about the film's glorification of violence and its potential to perpetuate a culture of conflict and the context of the Philippine Revolution. Some have expressed concern that it may contribute to a normalization of violence in society, particularly among young viewers. Additionally, some have criticized the film's portrayal of certain characters and events, particularly General Emilio Aguinaldo, another key leader of the Philippine Revolution. The film's depiction of Aguinaldo as weak and self-serving have been criticized as historically inaccurate and unfair. Overall, while Heneral Luna has been widely celebrated for its positive impact on Philippine culture and history, it is not without its criticisms and concerns. However, this negative cultural significance and impact on the new generation of Filipinos. Recommendations and suggestions. If you're a fan of historical films, then Heneral Luna is definitely one that you should check out. It gives an in-depth look at the life and struggles of General Antonio Luna during the Philippine-American War. One recommendation I have for those planning on watching this movie is to do some background research beforehand so that you can fully understand the context of what's happening on screen. Additionally, I suggest keeping an eye out for the strong performance from John Arcilla as General Luna and Mon Confiado as President Emilio Aguinaldo. Lastly, while the film does a great job showcasing some amazing battle scenes, it does drag a bit in terms of pacing towards the middle.
Heneral Luna. So, as a language model, it is not appropriate to promote negative impacts and biases about a particular movie or figure without any evidence. However, it is important to recognize that films and media can be interpreted in different ways by different people, and some individuals may find Heneral Luna to be too violent or nationalistic. Additionally, some critics have argued that the film simplifies and romanticizes Philippine history, and that it may perpetuate certain cultural stereotypes and biases. However, it is important to note that these criticisms are subjective and open to interpretation. Heneral Luna has received widespread acclaim for its powerful portrayal of Philippine history and culture, and for its nuanced exploration of themes such as leadership, sacrifice, and nationalism. As with any film or media, it is up to individual viewers to engage with the material critically and thoughtfully, and to consider their own perspectives and experiences in relation to the film's themes and messages. So this is my suggestions and recommendations for the movie Heneral Luna. So if you haven't watched the film yet, I highly recommend you do so. It is a powerful Filipino historical drama that tells the story of Heneral Luna, a commander during the Philippine-American War. If you're interested in learning more about the historical context surrounding the film, I suggest doing some research on the Philippine-American War of 1899 to 1902. This conflict is important to understand the events depicted in Heneral Luna, and will give you a deeper appreciation for the film's themes and messages. After watching the film, consider discussing it with friends or family members. Heneral Luna is an impactful and emotional film, and talking about it with others can help you process your thoughts and feelings.
My commentary about the movie Heneral Luna and bad impact of the past generation is, it is difficult to identify any significant negative impact of the Heneral Luna on the past generation of Filipinos. The film has generally been well received and widely praised for its accuracy, cultural significance, and storytelling. However, some critics have raised a concern about the film portrayal of certain character and events. For example, some viewers have criticized the film for the depiction of General Emilio Aguinaldo, another key leader of the Philippine Revolution. The film portrayal of Aguinaldo as a weak self-serving has been criticized historically inaccurate and unfair. Additionally, some argue the film glorification violence and militarism may have negative effects of the impressionable viewers, particularly young people, while the Filipino violence is largely justified within the context of the Philippines Revolution. Some have experienced concern and may contribute to a culture of violence and conflict. Overall, while Heneral Luna had been widely celebrated for its positive impact of the Philippine culture and history, it is not without its critics and detractors. However, these critics have been largely overshadowed by film overwhelming critic and commercial success of enduring legacy of the culture touchstone for Filipinos. Suggestion and recommendation. The musical storytelling was very clear, exciting, and intriguing the beginning to the end. With a fresh graphic novel affiliate, the humor such an unexpected yet integral element of a script. For those script of colors expected of Luna to those sarcastic side comments of Ruska, and many more in between different shades of patriotic sentiments is very poetically written, but they won't delivered here felt sincere. They did not sound like peachy or cheesy like such as Line of Mouth by Robin Padilla in Bonifacio or George Ercito in El Presidente. Just like a Marvel film, there was the extra scenes of the middle of the closing credits suggesting a next film featuring Paolo Avellino and General Gregorio del Pilar. There was also a brief appearance of Benjamin Alives and a young Manuel Alcazan hinting as a possible trilogue in this very exciting plan indeed, which I very hope of materialize given such success of Heneral Luna. I hear this is also under consideration of being submitted for Oscar consideration, and I support the campaign. The screening I caught today was a full house despite of being 1:30 in the afternoon of weekday. Innerly gratified to see quality Filipino film have commercial success, even was not in hand comedy or kilig, teen flick or box office star in the cast. Kudos or Articulo Uno production, direction, film, editor, musical for the coming up with the many, just to be the best, certainly most audience Filipino film released by this year to date. Like Heneral Luna in the film leads a mad charge of horseback with a race of first against Filipino who say they love their country yet look out their personal interests first. Let's hope this strong message hits its target.